Hey guys, all right, today is gonna be a little day in my life type video, and that is because it is a cool day today, first of all, so that's nice. And I thought I would bring you guys along with me on my few errands that I have to do today. Hey guys, planning Tori here. I am working on our meal plan, if you will. And usually I go through everything we have in our pantry and I will write down the meals that I think I'll be working on that week. Well, recently I have started trying to actually plan what I'm gonna make each day. And so I wanna show you how I fix it when I mess up. So I've messed up here because today is not Monday, it's actually Tuesday. As you just saw, I did a sort of a meal plan this morning of what we're gonna be eating this week, and I need to get a few things from the grocery store. So I'm gonna do that, but right now I'm heading to the dump. And the way it works is there is a trash service who comes around once a week, and people put their trash bins out, and the service, the county or community or whatever it's called, council maybe, they will take the trash away. I think that's the same kind of general, like if you live in a neighborhood, that's what they do. However, because I cook a lot from home, because we have 4 kids, we go through a lot of trash. And even when our trash bin fills up, or trash can or whatever you want to call it, even when it fills up, like that's a third of the amount of trash that we have every week. So I generally go to the I call it the dump. I can't remember exactly what they call it here, community waste or something. I'll show you guys when we get there. But anyway, so that's what we're gonna do right now, is we're gonna go to the local dump, which is less than a 10-minute drive or so. I might go by Starbucks because it's really close to there, and then I need to be back here in about an hour and 15 minutes, because I have to be at the house either while my husband goes and gets our daughter from preschool, or I have to be back to go get our daughter from preschool. So, yeah, so let's get going. All right, I am back in the van now. Oh man, it is almost it is 1 o'clock. It's 12:59 right now, and I went inside. My husband went and picked up my daughter from school or preschool. I actually filmed a garden tour video for the end of June. It might not be posted until the beginning of July, but we'll see how that goes. So I'm really excited about that. The last garden tour video that I did was in May, like early May. So, or maybe it was mid-May, around May 10th or 12th or something like that. So we'll see. But I have a video of where I planted a raised bed garden, I think like 13 days ago or something like that. And the garden has just very much grown since then, because we've had really warm weather, like in the high 70s. So for our area, we are in the UK. We're in the UK about 2 hours outside of London, I would say, depending on traffic, hour and a half, 2 hours outside of London. And we have just recently started getting like warmer weather, but we've also not really had any rain. I think it's rained like twice since May, probably the beginning of May. It's maybe rained twice for us. And by that, I mean like an afternoon where it gets pretty wet. No floods, no days and days of rain, nothing like that at all. Like I think it rained one evening. It started around 5 p.m. and it went into the night until I fell asleep, and probably a little bit after that. And but then the next morning there was nothing, and it was hot the next day. So we're going now to Morrisons, I think. And again, I'm not really going to film much inside. I might get some stuff, but I have a handful of these videos where I've actually walked around the store, and it's a lot easier to just get all of the stuff and then show you what I got. So if you are interested in like a walkthrough of the store here in the UK, it's called Morrisons. It's the one that we usually go to. It's right around the corner from our house. I say that, but it's like a 6-minute drive. It's not really, like, you can't walk to it. Especially not if you're getting a bunch of groceries and expect to carry it all back. That's just not possible. I'm gonna go to Morrisons now, get our groceries. I'll probably do a grocery haul. Yeah, after I get all the food. We'll see. I might walk around the store and film some stuff. I don't know. All right, so either way. So we are going to Morrisons now. All right, guys, I'm at Morrisons now. I am going to actually read for my class first, just for maybe 10-15 minutes, try and finish up a chapter. And then I'm going to go inside and get all of the groceries, because I am getting some like ice cream and popsicle type things for the house. And I want to finish this chapter and not have to try and read while ice cream is melting. So, yeah, so that's what I'm going to do for a few minutes, and then I'll go in. This is the book that we are reading in my life coaching class. It's the textbook for the class, so. Been digging for my pencil, and apparently I don't have it. I usually like to read this book, or any of my school books especially, with a pencil, so that I can underline things that I want to use in my reports, because I do have to, I have to write what the school calls a discussion thread, which is basically like a mini paper, 500 to 900 words usually, or something like that. And I do have to either use direct quotes or paraphrase things from the book. But since I don't have my pencil, I do have these. Sometimes I will use these little sticky tabs, and I'll just tear it and I'll stick it wherever it is that I want to underline, so that I can underline when I get back to the house. So. I finished chapter 3, and I have to read chapter 4 before I can finish the discussion question, which is due on Thursday. And I will probably read part, if not all of that chapter 4 tonight. So this is just adding schoolwork back into my day in the life. So anyway, let's go into Morrisons.
Working it out working it out in all things. All things, in all things. You working it out.
Okay, I've totally got you guys rigged up. Let's get this stuff in bags.
Those you called according to your purpose for the good. Those you called according to your plan. Well, you are working for the good. Yeah, you are working for the good. We will trust in you. We will trust, we will see you move. We will trust in you. Oh, we will trust, we will see you
I'm looking for any kind of hairline crack, y'all. Legit, I don't see one. Look, it got scratched. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. I'm not even kidding. This was 5 pounds. That might not sound like a lot to some people, but 5 pounds for 1 jar of sauce is not real cheap. I mean, shoot. I'm really glad that did not just bust. Woo. Oof, y'all, I'm so glad that did not just bust. Woo. Lord of mercy. The Lord wants us to eat spaghetti. Or pizza. I use it for pizza too, so hey. Okay.
in the hurting, in the blue. You're the one I hold on to. I'm putting all my hope in you. I will wait upon you, Lord.
All right, guys. I'm back in the van. Woo! Man, that was a lot. My back is hurting so bad. Not just from today, but it's been hurting for a couple of days. And pushing all that stuff around did not help. Not at all. Something is stuck or pulled. I don't know what it is. But it is definitely not gone away for a few days, and it hurts. Now, especially after pushing all that stuff. I did go ahead. As you saw, I got 4 bags of compost or soil. I got what they had, basically. And I showed you, actually, at the very beginning of when I walked in, I showed you the sale was 2 for, I believe it said 2 for 10 or 2 for 12 or something like that. But when she rung them up, they actually rung up as 12 pounds total. So 4 bags at about 40 liters each for 12 pounds. So I was like, okay, sure. So instead of, so let's say it was 2 for 10, I thought it would have been 4 for 20 pounds, but instead I got 4 for 12. So I am good with that. And that is going to be, we're going to lay down the sand. Okay, so we got the kids a sand pit last year. But this year we've made it a point a lot more to take them to the park, which is fairly close to our house. It's walking distance to our house. And at the park, they have a huge sand pit. And our 2 oldest, especially, they love to go to that sand pit and hang out with other kids because there are like other 4 or 5-year-old kids there. And they'll play for like an hour every day. And So this summer, I think we're going to do that more with them, make it a point of going and doing like the park and playing in the field and kicking a soccer ball around and all that kind of stuff with them as much as we can. And so since we're going to do that, we're going to lay down the sand pit structure, and I'm going to basically turn that into a garden bed probably within the next week, because one, I can't afford it. Anyway, I digress. For this shop, I'll go ahead and tell you guys this now, because when I get home, it's just going to be chaotic. Because it's about time for me to start cooking dinner. I did get several like Diet Cokes, diet drinks, things like that, because if I'm going to reach for soda, which I do still reach for soda, I want it to be diet or zero. So they did have a sale. The Diet Pepsis that I got, they were normally 12 pounds. They were on sale for $8.50. I got 2 Dr. Pepper Zeros. They are normally $3.75 each, but if you get 2, it was 6 pounds. So I know they're going to get drunk. So I went ahead and got those. 2 for 6 pounds. Let me see. The Coke, I got a Coke Zero Vanilla and a Coke Zero Cherry. And both of those as well, they're originally $4.25 each. But let's see, where is it? Yeah, it took it off. So they came to, I think, $3.50 each or something. Because it was 2, maybe it was 3 pounds. I think all of those came to 3 pounds each, because it was 2 for $6, if I remember correctly. Or maybe it was 2 for $6.50. Either way, it was a deal. And I know they're going to get drunk. And yeah, so I got those. And also, another thing I will say is my husband has said he's really into the gym and stuff, and he doesn't really want to drink any kind of soda. So he says he will probably drink 1 or more of these. I'm just saying. But so he says he doesn't want to drink any more, like, any kind of sodas. So I did venture out, which I don't normally do. I ventured out and got the cherry, which he likes cherry too sometimes, but I ventured out and got the vanilla. Coke Vanilla, Coke Zero Vanilla, whatever. I really like those. And the Diet Dr. Peppers, I really like those. He doesn't really like those. So, anywho. Yeah, the majority of this was food. I did get a big thing of salt because we're about out. I've been actually using that, again, in my garden. I've been using that mixed with baking soda and powdered sugar, I think it is. And then you add like a little warm water to dissolve it. And then you add a little bit of like regular water so it's not too hot. And that dissolved liquid, adult ants will drink that and die, basically. So I've been trying that to kill ants in our garden, because ants have just, they're everywhere. And I feel so bad because my kids go in and out of that garden. And they're little. Even my 4-year-old, they're like, no, ants are your friends. I'm like, yeah, until they bite you everywhere and it hurts and it itches for days. Okay. Bless his heart. Anyway. Y'all, my boy held a bee yesterday. We were out at the park and we were kicking around a soccer ball. I need to get home because we have ice cream. We were kicking around a soccer ball, and I look over, and he's sitting in the middle of the field going like this, like looking at his hand, and I'm like, what are you doing? And so I walked over there to him, and he said something like, Mama, no, don't, or something like that. And so I was like, what? So I stopped, and I looked closer, and he was going like this because there was a bee, a big fat bumblebee, like crawling on his hand. And I was just like, my first thought was, don't move. And then I was immediately like, get away from that bee. And then I was like, oh, he loves nature. And then I was like, oh, he's going to get stung. And then I was like, oh, Lord help. And the bee flew away. So, anywho, y'all, ADHD, I swear I will say that in every single video, because if this is your first video for me, then I feel like it's like a disclaimer. Like, you need to know at some point in the video, I will bounce around in my brain like, I don't know, like a ping pong ball or something. I hope y'all can follow along, because sometimes it's hard for me to follow along with my own self. Anyway, I need to go. So basically the total came to $166. Again, I didn't really want to go over $150, but along those same lines, the soil was 4 bags for 12 pounds. So if you do $166 minus 12 pounds, minus the diapers, minus the wipes, minus my toothbrush, minus the Band-Aids, minus things like that, it is definitely under $150. So I'm happy about that. Yes. I'm happy about that. So let's get this stuff home before our ice cream melts. All right, guys, I'm back home now. I've put away all of the groceries. My husband has taken the kids to the park for a little bit because it's about 4:30 here, and normally I would go with them, but today I needed to put away all these groceries, and I'm going to sit down and do some more reading for my class. And if I can get that out of the way, then the rest of the week, obviously, I will go with them, because I went yesterday, which is part of the reason why I need to read today. Anyway, all of that being said, I wanted to pop on here and show you something that I thought was a little funny. This is how you know when you found, I guess, your toothbrush. I don't know if you have like a your toothbrush type thing, but apparently I do. When I was in Morrisons today, I knew I needed a new toothbrush, and I looked at all of the ones, and I looked at what was on sale and whatnot. And as you saw, I picked out a pink toothbrush, a pink Colgate toothbrush, which apparently I really like. So this is the new toothbrush. Yes, new toothbrush. Old toothbrush. It's exactly the same toothbrush. I just thought that was funny. Obviously this one looks newer. Wait a minute. Yo, I got that wrong. This is the new toothbrush. Just kidding. That's the new one. This is the old one. Dried toothpaste in there. The bristles are a little bit frayed. So, okay, excuse me. Goodness me. So that is the old one. This is the new one. Okay, I better put the new one up before I get confused again. All right, guys, I am sitting down now, finally. I got everything sorted and put away. And I got what I needed to do my work, and so I'm sitting on the couch now. I probably have about, I'd say 45 minutes left that my husband will be at the park, and then they'll be coming home ready for dinner, which is already ready, thank goodness. So yeah, I just thought I would show you a little bit. I know I've been getting some questions from people. Actually on my Instagram page, they have been asking through messages how I do it all, basically. And so I just wanted to give a little behind the scenes, if you will. And I have note cards here. 2 note cards. One of them is front and back. And that is where I have edited the video already. That's gonna, you'll obviously see that video before you see this one, but I've edited the video together showing what I want to show. And then I've gone back through that and I've added music where it needs to be. And I have lowered the volume where that needs to be, whether that be for the song or for the video, because a lot of the video that I'm working on right now, a lot of that video is going to be voiceovered. And so you want the voiceover to be louder than the music, but you want the music to still be able, like you still want to be able to hear it in the background. At least I do. That's how I like to do my videos. That's how I'm learning. That I like to do my videos, if that makes sense. I will still be doing videos like this because I do enjoy talking to you. And I think especially if you're looking at my channel and you want to see me, which is what I want to portray, obviously, is myself, like be real with you guys. It's kind of hard to do that in a voiceover. At least it is for me. Now, I very much fly by the seat of my pants, so to speak. I don't really have, like I'll have an outline, I guess, of what I want to talk about, sort of. But very often, if I go through the trouble of writing an outline, it kind of just gets thrown out the window. So I don't really bother doing that. Anyway, all of that being said, what I do after the editing of the video, after adding the music where I want the music, choosing the music also goes into that. I do use Epidemic Sound. And I can go into all of this more in detail if you want me to, like in its own video. But I did just want to pop on here because this is a day in my life video and this is part of my day today. And so, yeah, let me turn it around. You can see here, I've edited the video. I've put all of the clips in here the way I want them and how, you know, how much of them I want to show. It's about 24 minutes, which is right around where my videos usually sit, somewhere between 20 and 30 minutes. I actually need to fix this because I don't like when the music ends but the video hasn't ended. So I will go in and fix this like that. And then what that does is that actually slows this down just a little bit. But when you play it, the music will kind of end with it. I'm not saying you have to be that particular, but I like to do that. And so that is one thing. Things like that I will go in and fix. And I've already done the voiceover. You can see down here, right here, I just call it Cooking Clean With Me Part 1. And then right here, it ends one of my cooking videos and it starts the next day. And I'm gonna go in from here. It's about 15 minutes. So I got about half of it done and I have written down, this is the note cards that I didn't do yet. So this is the last half of the video, note cards. And I basically just write down the timestamp and a little bit of what I want to say about it. And then anything major, I will also write down that I want to mention. I'll put at some point, talk about whatever that may be. And so, yeah, so that's how I sit down when I get a minute to edit my videos. And obviously, if I get done with this, then I will do some reading, aka homework, for my online class. So yeah, I'm going to get to it. But I hope you enjoyed this little behind the scenes look, I guess. How I edit and do homework and play with my kids because it is about 5 o'clock now. My husband took the kids about 4:30 or so. And so when I got home, he helped me unload the groceries, or he did it. He unloaded all of the groceries, and I spent that time playing outside with the kids. And then I actually unloaded the groceries once they were inside. I unloaded them with my older two. They helped. And I played with the babies a good bit and, you know, got some good cuddles in. And anyway, let me get to work. I will see you guys in a little bit. So I have my book here. This is my life coaching class book, and I will be reading in that in just a minute. And I do have my pencil because I like to, you know, underline things like I mentioned earlier.
Shout of praise. Oh, there's only one name we live.
Yeah, but Mama, you have to step back a little bit.
Hmm?
You have to step back a little bit.
Why?
It's close.
Oh yeah, was I too close?
Yes.
Happy birthday, baby girl. Mr. Logan. Say quack quack.
I can do that.
And ring out, oh, lift up your voice and sing. You lift up a shout of praise. Oh, there's only one name. We lift up a shout. We lift up a shout. Oh, together we sing. We lift up a shout. We lift up a shout of praise.
And I just thought I would point out that I do have a Diet Dr. Pepper in this cup with some ice. Because I love Diet Dr. Pepper. So. Oof. I'm not 15 anymore, y'all. So weird. I'm the age now that my favorite teacher in high school was when I knew her. She was like having her first baby or something like that. I don't really remember all of it very well. But yeah, she was 31 or 32 or something like that. And I was in high school. I was like in 11th grade or something. And she was my absolute favorite teacher. She's the reason, there were a couple reasons, but she's the main, like if I had to point out a teacher, she's the reason that I became an English major and am finishing my English degree. And yeah, so it's just wild that I'm the same age that she was, what, 15 years ago? Okay, I need to work. Bye.